Hello guys and girls, I'm going to review the Aria buffet. Now, as I'm showing you the painful lineup, I'm actually sitting down, but I'm gonna have to stand up soon. And I'm going to show you the painful lineup. If you are Pearl, you are going to jump this lineup a little bit. You're gonna go onto a much shorter lineup on the other side. I don't know if you can see it, but if you're not Pearl or above, of course if you're above Pearl, that's even better. But if you are just Sapphire, basically the lowest entry point for your player's card, then you will have to put up with this. Now, let me tell you, you get this experience mostly, say, on holiday times, and sometimes during weekends, and sometimes during special events. Usually Monday to Thursday, on a low traffic time, you won't find this excessive lineup, but you know, being a holiday time, you will. And the other problem with all buffets is that during holiday, and all buffets, well, have a price increase. Now, some buffets have a price increase throughout the whole period. Other buffets have only a price increase throughout the peak dates. I just came from Cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan was a nightmare. I can't wait to tell you all about it. But in terms of price, in terms of everything really, but I won't tell you here. Here I'm just going to prepare you for what you may encounter if you decide to come here during holiday time. I have come here on low season, Monday to Friday, say, you know, in November, you know, something like that. And, you know, definitely when schools are open and it's not a particular holiday for anybody, then it's better. Okay, now I'm going to show the buffet. Hello boys and girls, I'm going to review the Aria buffet. This is dinner time, and I waited until it got a little bit quieter because it was a complete zoo. You really have to sit down and have an out-of-body experience in order to enjoy this. However, well, that's because there was a lot of pushing and shoving and people serving up their plates as if as if there was not going to be food the next day. But now it's a lot quieter because it's at 5 o'clock, so the first wave of people that try to sneak in before dinner time has gone, and now you've got, soon you will have proper dinner time customers. So I think, and I hope I can show you the food before it gets far too crazy. Now, let me tell you, this is a very expensive buffet today because they implemented holiday prices, and that means that lunch is $39 plus tax and dinner is $49 plus tax, and there is no way you can eat your dinner's money's worth unless you load up on shellfish. There is luckily a very small amount of people that do that, like piles and piles of it, which is the actual reason why everybody else has to pay so much. So be prepared, you will not eat your money's worth, but everything you will eat here is going to be of high quality in terms of the way things are prepared, and I think the ingredients that are used. Okay, let's start with one of the Asian sections. You have really delicately prepared buns and sui mai, and let me show you. That's the pork and shrimp, and this, which was absolutely delicious, is shrimp, really delicately prepared. Well, you got barbecue pork, which none left, scallop, really delicately prepared, roasted duck. I tell you, it's mayhem, and unfortunately that has meant that there is no care in the way that things are cleaned up. I mean, they usually clean up, you know, sections like that all the time, and also they keep the stations filled. I'm finding it a little bit harder in some stations. They don't seem to fill them up as fast, but it's not bad considering how many people they were here pushing and shoving. Spicy Thai beef, gailan, chicken and, well, Guyland was nothing here, so forget that. Chicken and Woodian mushrooms. Everything well cooked, very nice flavor. I can tell that they're not just using the worst possible oils on the planet. I don't think they are. Oh, that's interesting. Did you see that? Something on top of something. But that's okay. They looked a little different, but it's the same. It's shrimp and pork fried rice. This is just shrimp fried rice. It was very well done. Now I'm going to show you something nice. You're going to have drinks here. One bad thing about Aria is that there is no self-serve drinks as such. So for coffee, tea, sparkling water, well, soda water, and any soda, you have to ask. She's very annoying when it's really busy. Right now it's not as busy. I'll show you. You should have seen it before. It was so bad I couldn't actually do a video because there would have been people pushing and shoving. And in a way I should have done it. But one thing that I like, there are two sections where you can have your own drinks here. So very sugary, very creamy, but very tasty. Seasoned apple cider and horchata. Very flavorful horchata. Let me continue. Now here you have, you can make your own soup, Vietnamese po and ramen soup. And then you just add basically the sauce, the soup there, the broth. Barbecue chicken. Did I not stay long enough? Okay, I didn't stay long enough. There you go. Can you see it? Not exactly the most, perfectly presented, but I'm telling you, it's just crazy. It put me off actually eating here. I only did it because I wanted to review it for you, but I like to have myself self-serve, and it was just too crazy for me. Now this, for brunch, they have omelets, so you basically ask to prepare made to order omelette section. Much later on they should have a pasta section, but I still see the omelette section. A lot of people like to have some breakfast offerings even for dinner, and I think they kept that long just for that, open just for that. You've got some nice potato au gratin, I think, but in my opinion they were slightly uncooked, a bit raw, but everybody else I spoke to, they said that they were nice. So yes, very delicate, but a little bit raw in my opinion. Truffle gratin potato. And then here you have spicy mortadella. I'll show you in a minute. Spicy mortadella and regular mortadella. And then nice pieces of cheese, blue cheese, cheddar, and provolone. Then you have spaghetti and meatball. That looks, there's no sign, but it looks to me like some polenta with meat, but I don't know which kind of meat. I'm gonna ask actually. Oh, there you go.
Let me say hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. What kind of meat is it?
Beef chor rib.
Thank you. Beef.
You're welcome. Very good.
Thank you very
The
much.
best. The best in the whole buffet.
Thank you. Then you have goat cheese pizza mushroom, very well made, very generous. Margherita pizza, but the point is when you pay $50,
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
I didn't have that much pizza because after you pay $50, you try and have something else. And plus I really didn't have any space. I had just a little bit and it was well cooked. And that's all I have to say. It was good pizza. Greek salad, smoky hummus, sun-dried hummus, baba ganoush, tzatziki, tabbouleh, all sorts of things, and they were all good. All sorts of Middle Eastern offerings. They were all good. They know how to make them, and what I really liked was this Indian section here. There is chicken curry, masala with chickpeas, lamb korma, and aloo mata and basmati rice. It was really, really flavorful. I really enjoyed it. And if you are vegetarian, well, you're gonna have to scoop up the meat. Some people will do it for you. You know what I mean, right? And then really nicely cooked, nicely prepared. naan bread, actually. I really love the Indian section here. It was my favorite, actually. Then you've got menudo, Mexican dish. Menudo. Everything's fine. Everything's well cooked. Tandoori chicken. And I wasn't really keen on this. I actually don't know what it is. I tried it, I didn't like it, but it might be just a cultural thing. Ranchero beans, Spanish rice. And flour. I tell you this much, their flour tortillas are delicious. They really know how to make them. Either that or they use very good ingredients. One of the two. Probably both. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the seafood section last. So don't go anywhere. Grilled assorted vegetables, leg of lamb. I can't have lamb. It's just, I'm just too sad for the little animal. But everything is well cooked. Mango sauce, rotisserie chicken, turkey breast. I'll show you. Okay. Now I'll show you this. Au jus charbroiled cowboy steak. That's a bit of barbecue for you. And I'm gonna go back. Don't worry. And various sausages, and of course ham at the end. I'll show you. Did I stay long enough? I hope so. Then you have turkey. Well, they say turkey, but I don't think it's turkey pot pie. This is just straight up burgers. Sometimes, the labeling is not the best. Okay, here they are. They are beef sliders, not turkey pot pie. Stuffing, mac and cheese, and some. Then you've got your carrots, cooked carrots, mashed potatoes, which were very well cooked actually, and some more roast potatoes there, cream corn and green bean casserole. Nothing special. If you think about it, they're not the higher end dishes, right? You got bread, so for those of you who feel really bad about having spent so much money, you can make your own panino and then take it home. You're not supposed to do that. Just saying. Okay, I'll show you the salad section. I'm at half dead actually. I'm gonna take it really easy. Okay. Actually, it is a nice buffet. Everything is well made. Hey, you've got artichokes here. Wild rice mushrooms, and of course you've got authentic sliced fruit. You don't have obviously canned fruit. You have canned fruit in really budget buffets. More melon, lovely. Watermelon, Greek salad, and it's not what they say, so I'll just show it to you. I can't think of the name. Okay. Steak tartare with hollandaise sauce. And then they say Caesar salad, but of course it's not Caesar salad, right? Look. Caesar salad, but no, it's not. The labeling could be better. These were supposed to be, when they came out, these here were didn't touch them, you see? I didn't touch them. Were supposed to be lobster burgers, but no, they weren't lobster, they were just seafood burgers. And chicken noodle soup and clam chowder. Very nice homemade type clam chowder. I mean, it looks the same as everywhere else, but it tasted good. The only other good clam chowder I had was a Mirage. It felt in-house, made in-house. Which is, I suppose, what really typifies a good buffet as opposed to not a good buffet. And I tell you, I've eaten at a few non-good buffets lately. Unfortunately, during the holiday period, you really end up paying far too much for these buffets. Way overpriced. They're all way overpriced. Even if this is a good buffet, but really. And the atmosphere, because people have paid a lot, and I guess this is their only time they come here. You just get a little bit of frantic feeling, as I said, not so much now. This is really the quietest time, and that's why I'm doing this right now. But it's a little bit trying. If you're not gonna relax, and the music is really annoying. It's not like the lovely, soothing music that they have at Bacchanal, or I suppose even at Treasure Island. And Mirage has improved as well with regards to music. Texas shrimp and grits. Texas shrimp and grits. Now here, New England crab cakes. It basically means you've got your New England clam chowder mixed with other things. And then here, I'll show you, you have your mussels. There's no labeling at all, but your mussels. What they had here for lunch was one of my favorite dishes here, which is fish taco, and they have salmon taco for lunch. And here in this section, I mean, it's amazing. You pay more and you get less, right? You had beautiful salmon steak, and sometimes, when it's even lower season, and I paid $25 to come in, here they would have tuna steak, and you should see the quality. I find that during some holiday time like this, which is a zoo, some of these buffets do not bring out the best. They charge you a lot, but they don't bring out the best. Like here you would have a beautiful tuna steak, as I said. I mean, really much higher end stuff. So I'm a little bit surprised at how they cheapened out that way. I guess it doesn't matter. They're making their monies, and it doesn't matter. People may or may not complain. I don't know. I asked a few people what they thought about this buffet, and oh my God, look at it. Look at it. This is what I mean. They took all the bread. This is what happens when you overcharge. And then you've got certain, say, one-time visitors who will just load up. I've seen so many people putting things in their bags. It's incredible. I don't know why, because you won't eat it when you're in your hotel. It won't. It's all messed up. And then here you've got your seafood section, chorizo and clams, which is not. So why am I even reading? Why am I even reading chorizo and clams? No. You've got crab legs. You've got paella, which frankly was not the best I had. I'm trying to think where was the best paella I had, and it might have been Treasure Island actually. But check out my video. I've made notes, so on top-buffet.com I talk about it. Hot snow crab. Now here the sushi. This is actually the most disappointing section for me. It looks good, but it's all rice, really. The doyen there, with a little bit of fish on top. Can you see it? The one that you cannot reach yet? Yeah, well, that looks a little bit better. Nonetheless, what I felt was far too much rice and not enough inside, content. Now it's very, very common to serve out one sushi roll with brown rice. I noticed it, they have it at many MGM Entertainment Group resorts. In terms of sushi, frankly, I preferred the one at second best, maybe was at Bacchanal. But I don't like to see a lot of rice. I understand why they do it. But, come on. And then, of course, this is it. This is one of the reasons why people come here. You have crab legs for lunch as well. Remember that, okay? So you have green mussels, little neck clams, and of course lemon wedges in between, and practically it's a mess. And then the same here. I think now all I have to show you is the dessert section. I really like these. I may help myself to something whilst I'm walking around. Forgive me, but I really am a bit dry throat. See, can I do it properly? So now you think you're here, right? So, having said that, okay, as I said, it's a lot of money. If you come here on low season, like away from holidays, you know, guys, there is a dichotomy. During holiday times like Christmas time, which is, you will have cheaper rooms, but the buffets are gonna be more expensive, okay? And I really find that this buffet here with this loud pop music that is being playing really loud, trying to get you out of your table, is a little bit tacky. I mean, it's tacky. Aria should be high-end, but then, having said this, if you saw what happened earlier, maybe it cannot be high-end. It really depends on the customers as well. I don't know. I'm sipping this and I'm trying to think. You know, I think that if you redeem my Vegas reward and you come here for free, you will love it, and it's well worth coming during low season. Don't bother during weekends because you're gonna line up. If you are a pearl or above, and if you have a player's card, you know what I'm talking to you about. It's worth coming because you don't have to line up so much. Otherwise, the whole experience may be a struggle when you come during holidays. Otherwise, it can be very quiet here. Okay, I'm going to show you the dessert section and this section here, which is where usually I eat. I usually eat by the pool section. Where you see dark, it's actually the pool area. It's really beautiful in the day, but that's really my favorite area here. It wasn't meant to be this time. I think we were really lucky that we actually got a seat, and it was a nice seat too. Okay, so here you've got oatmeal cookies, pomegranate meringue, Rice Krispies. No, forget everything I read. Rice Krispies is here. See, it's all mislabeled. See, Rice Krispies, no Rice Krispies. So I'm just gonna. Here it says mango passion marshmallows. Of course, it's just cookies. It's actually cranberry white chocolate cookie, and then here it looks like homemade, house made, but I don't know for sure. And then of course you've got sweet popcorn here, muffin. I don't like the dessert section at Aria so much. I think it's way better at Wynn. It's way better. Well, it's way better at Wynn. It's better at, definitely much better at Bacchanal, but Bacchanal is more expensive, believe it or not. And it's better in a way. Yeah, it's better at the Studio B, but Studio B is the best buffet in Vegas. So I think that the dessert section could be better, but what they have nothing special. They don't have lava cake. They don't have anything really special. But what they have, it is good, but nothing special. What they have is this nice gelato section here. I'll show you. See, really nice gelato section. And you know, they've got mango, really nice flavors. Gelato is slightly healthier than traditional ice cream. So you can load up if you have space. I love that mango there, though I think the best mango gelato that I had was still at Studio B, but this is very good. And as I say, you've got nice things, you know, for dessert, but nothing outstanding. Tiramisu, coconut macaroon, you know, creme brulee, it was nice. Stuffed cannoli. I mean, you won't complain, you will not complain, but there is nothing really. I mean, maybe the stuffed cannoli are a bit unique, to be honest. You don't find them often anywhere else. I mean, it's good enough, I know, and I think all in all, this is probably still, well, this is definitely a top 5 buffet in Vegas, definitely. The problem that I'm experiencing with the price is that It's the same with Bacchanal, being so expensive, at least for holiday time. So as I say, it's a little cheaper during low season. You cannot stop think about the price. And it's hard, you know? But I think the prices now have all been really increased. So I still think that if I can separate myself from the price hike, this is definitely a very good buffet. Definitely a very good buffet. One of the top 3 or 4 buffets in Vegas. Definitely. If you come on low season, you know, you definitely well worth using your My Vegas reward for it. There may be a fewer things, but just fewer. Just a couple of things may not be here. But as I say, you may actually find a couple of things that are even more valuable, like the tuna steak for me, for example. I really like this drink. I almost wish it was alcoholic. In terms of those of you who like alcohol, if you like free alcohol with your buffet, then clearly Mirage is one of the buffets where you constantly have free alcohol. So bear that in mind. I really, you know, now that the buffets have become expensive, at least during, you know, peak time, you really have to decide where you want to eat and what it is exactly that you're looking for, right? So if you're into seafood, this is a good one. Bacchanal is a good one. Even for lunch. This is good for lunch too because they have seafood. But if you are only into just a few healthy options, there might be cheaper buffets. A little bit cheaper, but really gratifying and beautiful to sit at, like Treasure Island. But if you are into seafood, then this is way better, of course. But I think Studio B may still be number 1, you know. I'm going to go to Studio B in the next 2 or 3 days, and I suspect it'll still be number 1. Though I usually think that Aria is number 2. Bellagio is good, but it's a smaller buffet, and you know, I mean, you can be good, but if it's smaller, you have fewer options, and you gotta bear that in mind. Okay, guys, well, you know, check out my list of the top 10 buffets in Vegas. I'm going to update it all at the end of this trip. There's a lot to bear in mind, a lot to consider, given the price hikes. And, I mean, as I said, if you really come at the lowest season, the prices will be the same as before. I'm going to show you what it is, the whole... a little overview of much quieter time now, much quieter than before, and that's it. Well, what do you think, guys? You know, there are people that I've seen for 3 hours sitting here. You're only supposed to be here for 2 hours, and I tell you, I have so much to tell you about that. Cosmopolitan, they have now a limit. They have now placed a limit for 1.5 hours. It's a smaller buffet, so obviously if everybody sat here for 5 hours, nobody would be able to sit here. But because this is actually, it's got a larger seating area, you might be able to squeeze a few more minutes here. No doubt about it. Nobody's gonna ask you to leave. The problem is that they'll stop you serving drinks. They'll stop serving you drinks after a while. They have a way of doing this. It's very smart. But these days, with many buffets having self-serve drinks, that's not even an issue anymore. Unfortunately, this is not one of them yet, but it will. It will at some point. You can only go self-serve eventually. Even if these ones, the top 5, they are trying to... Well, the majority of these buffets, you know, the top ones, they're trying to keep the ask your server drinks method, but it won't last. It's just crazy. I actually spoke to a couple of servers. They were really on the verge of passing out. They were that busy. As I say, it doesn't look like that now, but it was before. Okay, guys, I hope this has been of use. I'll leave you with this view. Ask me any questions on top-buffet.com. I have a comment section. And as you can see, that's not my hand, okay? So don't start commenting that I'm not doing things right. I'm not touching anything right now. And feel free to comment on YouTube if you are watching me from YouTube. Otherwise, but I won't be able to reply, as I say in many of my videos. I don't have time to reply to YouTube. I'm sorry about that. But I do read your comments often enough. But I will answer top-buffet.com. By all means, write me there. And I do have updated prices and hours on top-buffet.com. So check that out as well. And then lots of updates, because on this trip, lots of things have changed. So many things change, and there is a huge difference between holiday and regular time. So when you book your trip here, you really need to know, because time is so little, believe me, so little time. You really need to know what you're looking for, what you want, how much you're willing to spend, unless it doesn't matter, in which case just enjoy yourself. But if money is an option, do a little bit of research, and hopefully I'll help you out on that. As I say, feel free to ask me on top-buffet.com. Okay guys, I hope this has been of use. Bye bye. Ooh, look at that. I'm gonna leave you with this. Bye bye from the Aria buffet. Bye bye.